Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 8 of Yakuza Kiwami. And in this episode, we've got more weird shit in Kamurocho. A debt collector, is pretty much claiming that we owe a debt. And apparently, we need to scrape up a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, don't pay this guy. As a matter of fact, refuse to pay him 3 times, and all you have to do is go to Public Park 3 and find the collector and whoop his ass. That's it. And when you do, you'll actually get a pretty decent katana. By the way, there are actual ways to fix all your weapons that are broken, and that is through the weapons repair kit, which you can get from Ebisu Pawn. I didn't show off Ebisu Pawn because, well, I probably was going to keep all the spending to a minimum, but eventually I'll show that off. I did get some new stuff off screen, though. And with that said, we're going to be heading over to where that scammer is. Do not pay the phone call off at any given time, because if you do, you'll miss out on a sub-story. Anyway, I think... No, this is a dead end. The booth in question... Oh wait, that's not a booth. Where was that empty lot that was supposed to have that? I'll worry about that later, but for now, we're gonna go and save this lady who's being hassled by these goons. These punks, these ruffians, these rapscallions. They're gonna be street pizza by the time I'm done with them, but it doesn't matter. Because eventually, we're gonna beat their asses, and we are gonna get some experience points. But by part 11, if not part 9 the earliest, you will see an exponential increase in experience points, because Kiryu will eventually get the Yakuza training armor, which will make leveling up go by oh so fast. So after we beat these punks up, let's see what we get. A stun gun. A low quality stun gun, but a stun gun nonetheless. And I ended up getting an antique pistol and nameless katana from this. That actually will help later on in the game. But for now, honestly, a stun gun would make things a lot easier. Oh, and if you thought the slime gun makes a return, probably not. But there's our loan shark, and we're going to use our katana to cut him up. So, with that said, let's approach this bum. And also refuse the debt collector. By the way, if anything that sounds like a scam, you refuse it. Plain and simple. These guys literally are asking you for 500,000 yen, and you do not have that. And these guys are just pulling any scam out of their ass just to get into your wallet. Yeah, not in the mood for that. So, I can beat up this guy right here, and he's the loan shark. That is his name. I'm just gonna keep slicing him. Just for the sake of slicing him. But no, Kiryu's not gonna kill him. He's going to safely pacify him with a sword. Ooh! Nice. And with that said, we managed to stop this call collection scam right here, right now. And moreover, the scammer will give you the Sakura Storm, which is a pretty powerful sword. Well, it's a decent sword. It's a 4-star, but back in Zero, that sword used to be really good, and also left a trail of Sakura every time you swung it. Oh, how weapons actually are weak. But we ended up getting some experience points from that. And let's see, I think we've gotten a couple of things we could do. Like, for instance, Unyielding Mastery. And let's see, we can get more health, because we definitely need it. I mean, we took a beating or two. I can do one more thing at least. Yeah, I could do one more thing. And as we go along, we don't have to necessarily follow the actual graph. But we just can get as many things as we possibly can get. And these punks have not learned anything. They found a new victim the moment we walked away. Okay. Okay, we'll just beat the hell out of these guys here too. But get used to the styles, ladies and gentlemen. Because the styles will be going the way of the dodo until Yakuza Like a Dragon. Oh, actually, Yakuza Like a Dragon, or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, nice! Nice! Gave that man blunt force trauma. My God, broke that man's neck, vertebrae, and everything else in between. So we got an iron plate. I'm going to have to sell that or put that up in a box, one of the two. Most likely I'm going to sell that. But notice something strange. Yeah, you tried to go to the lucky machines and you can't do anything because the lucky machines are no longer a thing in Zero. And of course, we run into more goons. As if they haven't had enough of me beating their asses, I'm gonna keep smashing their face into the ground. But in the grand scheme of things, eventually I'll get strong enough to where I could just take hits and moreover use Kiwamis or heat actions whenever I can. Well, that umbrella heat action came in handy, definitely. So on that note, it'll be easier for me to just dump off some of these items. Let's dump off the cigarette. We'll need that for later. And we'll dump this off too. Let's dump off the iron plate. Eventually, if I collect enough plates, I'll just go on ahead and sell them all. And we run into more punks. And the last thing we need is for Majima to show up with us having low health. Because I really have some terribly low health. Eventually, I'm going to have the ability to throw people, and it will also hurt enemies that happen to be in the near vicinity. I'm going to have to keep going into body to do that, though. Another one's about to be kissing pavement. Ooh! Blunt force trauma. There's just no trauma like blunt force trauma. And they're all dead. Well, they're not dead. They're still alive, but badly beaten. And I can't go to I can't go to Smile Burger. What the fuck? But we gotta go to this area here. And of course we're coming here for one reason and one reason only. Health items. We're gonna need some toughness Z's and some stamina X. I definitely need to start getting... I'm just gonna invest in stamina X since this actually is the store that has a lot of stamina X's. I'm gonna start investing in those. It probably won't be until part 11 when I do. But for now, it is the Popo in this street that actually... Popo, sorry, in this street. That has a bunch of stamina X's to our name. And the more medicine I take, the more will be added towards the completion list as well. So that makes things a lot easier. I'm going to need all that medicine, because there's a good chance Majima may show up. And I can't just run at him unprepared, you know. There's also a sub-story in that area right there, but not right now. Oh, there's even Club Maharaja. I haven't seen that in a while. And these are all Yakuza. Okay. And not a single person named Sega. Watch, I end up running into him off screen. That's gonna be messed up. But as I stated earlier, the guy named Sega, doesn't matter if it's a punk, goon, or even one of the guys that happened to be a security guard. The guy named Sega will just appear, and he's going to be a secret achievement as well as a part of a completion list, and also something that'll give you more experience points. I think this is the last game, no, the second to last game where you beat up a guy named Sega. You'll end up getting experience points. Because, oh wait, no, it's 3. That's the last game that does that. And it won't happen again until Yakuza Like a Dragon. Because a guy named Sega would actually be in the random encounter, and or a guy with Sega in his name would end up being a random encounter, and you'll end up getting more money from the usual punk than what you would. Or he happens to be a homeless man that happens to net a bunch of cash, which will double your profits. Oh, and speaking of profits, we run into a sub-story where this lady is being hassled by this drunkard. Oh boy. You think we're gonna get into a fight with the drunkard, but no. No. Actually, if anything, Kiwami will tell you that if something is too good to be true, it most likely is. Like, for instance, this lady with F cups. No, seriously, this lady with F cups here is ironically named Mai. Oh, it just plays itself. And she happens to be a redhead, or I think Mai's brunette. Doesn't matter, but Mai is I think Mai is a 87 centimeter woman, and Shermie's 92. If anybody's F cup, it's Shermie. But no, Angel and Angel and Shermie are both 107. I just remembered. But as for Mai, I think she's like 90 or 87 centimeters in breast size. That's what I remember. They made it a point to point that out. It is probably maybe a reference to Mai, but she is unfortunately part of a scamming ring. This big titty babe normally lures people in and helps a couple of guys steal their cash. So, as cute as she is, you had to come here. You had to answer to come here. But after that, refuse her 3 times. Trust me, it will help you a lot, because not only will her goons end up roofing your drink, you'll end up losing whatever money you have, and you'll be at half health as a matter of fact. Well, answer her here. I mean, Kiryu does have Riz, but even Kiryu knows red flags when he sees it, provided you answer correctly. But as I said, I mean, yeah, that question you answer correctly. Anything else, once he serves the drinks, then you answer incorrectly. Because see here, oh no, actually you refuse her, that's what I meant to say. Because here's the thing. It's obvious that drink is roofied. Hers is yellow, yours is red. What in the actual fuck? So, keep refusing her 3 times and you'll end up running into a battle. And that's all you need to do. Oh wait, the drink's now red. It was yellow just now, but the drink is red. Something, that was like an animation error. And I don't think this mission is in the original. Oh wait, no, yeah, actually the mission was in the original, actually. This one is. There are other sub-stories that weren't. Like pocket circuit fighting was not in the original Yakuza. But we're gonna refuse him one more time. Yeah, we're gonna refuse him one more time, and you can clearly see the pills in the goddamn liquor. Wow. And if Kiryu would have drunk that, you'd have just lost all your money right there. Or at least half of it. But it will also lock you out. Well, I wouldn't say lock you out of a side quest, because there's another chance for you to get a side quest. You'll have to get that side quest later to get another side quest, which is an underground casino. But for now, since we've refused, we've got to beat up these 4 guys. And beat them up we shall. And of course the lady just yeets herself out of existence. We have to take on Menacing Man again. They're all a bunch of low-level punks, but that's okay. We'll just go on ahead and go on a rampage and beat everybody down, since Brawler's the best style for this. That is until you start getting some attacks. I mean, attack power. Then any style will be strong enough. Well, except for Dragon of Dojima style, because Dragon of Dojima, you might want to get strong first. Oh, that was brutal. I gotta say, that bartender definitely got served. But okay, that was a terrible joke, and I should feel bad. But then again, I shouldn't feel any worse than these guys that just got the shit kicked out of them. Oh, right. One last choice. He will ask you to let him go. The choice you want to choose is I will show no mercy. And the reason why? Well, also you get 1,000 yen for actually beating these guys up. No, yeah, just say not a chance. Sure thing these guys will run away. But not a chance? He's going to reveal info for an underground casino and a ramen shop. So, whenever you get to that point, ask for ramen, extra soup, and a side of rice. That's the only way to get in. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen, because that's going to lead to a sub-story later on in this game. So, with that said, that takes care of that side story. And folks, let this be a lesson. If big-titted women are coming to ask you for help against drunkards, chances are they're probably part of an illegal robbing scheme. Or they're probably tricks trying to, steal your shit. Either way, it doesn't matter. Did we just run into Majima? No, we just ran into street gangsters. Let's beat these guys up too. We could certainly use the experience points. And, oh, that was awesome. I had to show that one off, because I think I unlocked that not too long ago. I'm pretty sure there was a Majima battle around here somewhere. Oh, and talking to this thug right here, he's basically trying to tell everybody to be on the lookout for a guy in a gray leisure suit, not knowing the guy in question just so happens to be wearing a gray leisure suit. And he'd be scared to death to realize that Kiryu's standing right there. However, let's see. There he is! Let's wait for him. And there's Majima. So, with that said, let's lay the smackdown on Majima once again. Because Majima is everywhere. Alright. He's now in his thug style. You have to beat Majima at least 5 times in his thug style in order to get a completion limit. Or I think 10, yeah, 5 styles in his... No, it's 10 times in his thug style, or 5 times. I think it's 5 times. And it's 10 times in his slugger style, and then it'll be like 10 times or 20 times in his breaker style. And then in his dragon of... and his mad dog of Shimano style. And by the way, this is the Kiwami 4 Brawler, which I unlocked not too long ago. I wish I did. Used it against Shimano, but still. It is Mad Dog of Shimano style. I think it's either 10 or 20. Whichever one comes first. But the more you beat Majima, the more you will unlock some new stuff. And also gain another rank. So by beating him, and randomly beating him anyway, we raise Majima everywhere to F, and we learn Body Hook Reborn. And that is the I'm trying to think, heat action for the rush. When the enemy is dizzy and you got full heat, you can press the X button and he'll punch the shit out of him. And if there's multiple enemies nearby, Kiryu will end up launching somebody into them. So yeah, that's what we just recently unlocked. So let's get Essence of Extreme Rush and Essence of Extreme Beast. We finally got the Kiwami for those things, so let's get done with that. And I'm pretty sure there's one more thing we can get. Let's regain footing. Might as well give him the uppercut too. Could use that, definitely. But we did gain a lot of experience points in this episode. And next episode, we're going to do a lot more. So with that said, I will see you all in part 9 as we continue with more of Kiryu's Hood Chronicles. This is RPMan 95. Peace out and take care.